Hi guys, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a collective tarot reading about romance right now. I'm gonna try to make it like not over an hour. Like I said, I like to take my time, and but I'm gonna like try to not make it crazy long. Oops. Okay, the cards are really flying out. So yeah, I just did a reading yesterday, so there wasn't pressure for me to make another one, but I felt like my guides were saying like, just do another one. So I was like, okay, whatever you say. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like people need some encouragement or whatever messages come through. Hopefully you find helpful around the subject of romance in this April of 2021. Oops. Like, you know how these videos, you know how YouTube like potentially exist forever unless I personally erase this video. I kind of feel like, because I have kids, like there's a possibility that a future generation would watch this. So hi. If that happens. So, because I'm like feeling that vibe. All right. Yeah, a few more decks. I guess I can limit the length of this video by limiting the number of cards I pull, but I don't know. It's like a little bit of variety. So like they say that like love starts here, love starts with yourself, and then you attract the vibe that you generated. So if you think of yourself like a network television channel from the 80s, it's like, what programming are you putting on for the world to see? Who's going to tune into that show? Who's going to tune into your personal dynasty television show? You got to make it good, right? You got to like make your you got to like yourself enough to watch your own show first before someone else is going to tune in. Oh, there's people writing stuff. Okay. So yeah, like I would start from there, like start appreciating and loving your own story, and like, you know how people I think there's a difference between like vanity and self-appreciation. So like, instead of having a poster of Rob Lowe or, whoever heartthrob person from the 70s, have a poster of yourself, like in your mind's eye on your wall. Like I wouldn't say like go as far as you could, but it might be a bit like funny if you had someone over, because it would be like they'd feel pressure to, depending on the size of the picture you have. What comes to mind is that big portrait in Clueless of the mom looking really 80s. So it's like a beautiful self-love kind of image, but it's, intimidating. I don't know. You get it, like when you think of the royal family and all the portraits they've had done and stuff, it would feel like a bit intimidating to have like too many, or like, all over the place, like that you can take that too far. Anyway, get into like who am I? Like, what is this character I'm playing? Can I like fiddle with changing it up a bit? Like maybe I don't want to play that character I've been playing, so much. Like maybe I can change some things and switch out some of the other players in this TV show called Life, and to make it a cooler show, right? So you're in charge of that. Okay, I'm gonna read the hi. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope you're doing well too, Radha. And you may ask a question. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do this collective reading about love. I feel like, am I like way too close to the cameras? I'm kind of freaking myself out here. Okay. Okay. Just calm down. I think it's because I had coffee. Okay. Resplendent with grace. Yeah, I feel like generally people are feeling kind of lonely and like very passionate, but separate from the object of love. Like if they don't even have to have somebody in mind that you like. It can just be like you're thinking about like love in general, and it feels separate from you. Like you're on the earth and the sun is like, let's say for example, it feels that far away. Like you can feel its warmth, you feel like it's possible it could come in, but like it's at a distance. Maybe you already know, maybe you've already kind of like penciled in, I'm in love with this person, but how do I achieve that? And like, you know, and so kind of playing dead here is not gonna help make this happen. So if there's some way in which you're being too passive, you're not standing up and like being in, you know, your self-appreciation and like going for your dreams and all that stuff. Because like you don't want to wait until you meet like the perfect person to like start being cool. Like you start being cool and then that attracts the perfect person because they're like, oh, I like what they're doing. Like they're not everybody's like a mind reader walking around silently like in a like a scene from the, you know, the book 1984, just like you know, everyone in gray, and you just know like, oh, that person's special. It's not like, not everybody's like that psychic, right? So you kind of have to be like, hey, I like this kind of stuff. I'm gonna get out of bed, I'm gonna stop dreaming and start living this beautiful life that I would live with the person that loved and accepted me and, you know, wasn't trying to block my awesomeness. What would I do under those circumstances? Let me start doing that right now, living that life, and then the person will come in. Like I feel like it'll close that gap. So like whatever you've been putting off, like it doesn't mean you have to make it completely, it's all finished in a day. Like you just have to take a step towards it, and usually the universe will high five you like along your path and like introducing you to new situations or people and things just kind of improving. Like you do, it's really like a 50-50 agreement I think we have with the universe, where we meet them halfway because we listened. They're like, do this, and we're like, okay, you know, and you like try in your own way to do that, and then things open up because like we're not controlling everything in the universe, so obviously we're not doing all the effort of life, so we do our part by going towards the right thing, and then the creator gets to do the fun aspect of like making it real. So that's my advice in terms of romance about that card. Okay. Then we have, oh, let me just see what you wrote there. Okay, hi. That's nice that you're new here. If you want to press subscribe, I'd super appreciate it. That really helps me. I think I'm like still in the 300s somewhere of subscribers, but I'm really hoping to like push that to 1,000. It'd be really cool. And if you wanted to ask a question, you may. Okay. So you're seeing this situation accurately. So don't underestimate your intuition. Like, if you're into these kinds of videos, it's highly probable you have some intuition already functioning. Um, and if you feel like something is a certain way, just be like, it is, like I'm not embellishing. The more you spend time like acknowledging and like validating your thoughts and stuff, the more clear it becomes and the more easy it is to like sort of separate the fears from the actual situation and stuff like that, and kind of be really excellent at like multitasking or that kind of stuff. So just really believe in your like the first message you get, and just be like, if you're asking yourself about someone, even if you can't logically process the information, you still got a picture, and sometimes psychic stuff comes before the event. And so it makes like zero sense because not all these pieces have come together. Like if I get a picture of being in some amazing situation, I'm like, well, I don't live there and I don't know that person. And like, you don't have to like put up all these walls to it. You can just be like, okay, I have no resistance to that. So, for doing a collective reading about romance and stuff, it's like just accept how you feel about a certain person or yourself or a situation. Just believe your instincts about it, and like get up and start living your life and being fabulous. Like if you're admiring someone who's giving off a lot of good energy, why not do the same? Why wouldn't like you want somebody else to see you as like a shining sun, like, so start being that so that you're attractive, so that people want to bask in your light, like generally speaking, people aren't being like saying like, oh, well, my dream person is someone who hangs out at home doing nothing, passively, thinking about love but doing nothing about it. Like I don't think anybody's really like saying that. A lot of people say like, I want someone attractive, who's warm, who I feel safe and nurtured, like all these qualities of what you could call like sun qualities. Like be those things yourself. No matter what kind of situation or state you're in right now, you're perfect to start doing that. Because like truly, like life isn't about like telling people highlights of your life, like, oh, like I made this amazing spaghetti dinner and then I graduated high school and then I came third in a 10K and then I like, no, it's like, did you acknowledge your passions and feel a sense of deep satisfaction about that? Like no one cares really that like Steve Jobs was the CEO of Apple. It's like, did he follow his passions? Like we think more about that stuff. Like he was someone who was sure about his own intuition about how to run that business. That matters more than like he sold this many like computers or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I think we as human beings really put a lot of value in like following your dreams and like being true to yourself and like all that stuff. Like it doesn't come down to like how many pennies are in the jar and stuff, because a lot of people, like even like really rich people, some of them aren't happy, don't have love, and they're just like clean, smelling good, well fed, but they're like sitting around going like, I'm just surrounded by physical objects. Like what is this? And it's like the richness that we all crave are like the things we can't touch, like passion and like our spirit and love and all those things that come about because like we acknowledge this spiritual side to ourselves and like actually spend our physical time in construction of that. So make time for yourself to like get into your kind of bright energy and stuff. Okay. All right. Then we have, I think we had this yesterday, Libyan Gold Tektite manifestation. I manifest positive outcomes. Okay. So this crystal is trying to assist you in that. This is still like kind of that same energy of like shining brightly, this kind of golden light, and it's social. Like it's like your solar plexus color. Maybe you know how like there's the different chakras and stuff, and the solar plexus is, I don't know, it's like above your belly button or something, below your heart and above your belly button. And maybe try thinking from that space, like what am I trying to like birth from this like energy that's like close to my heart and close to like creating, it's like in the middle somewhere, like it's kind of like a beautiful blend of those two things. Then we have balance, Boji stones. I'm balanced, whole, and complete. So a lot of people think like they're incomplete, but if you think about like when you were a baby, you were perfect. You were already complete. You had your dreams. You were completely you. Like, so you're not lacking in anything. And by feeling like you're lacking anything, you're like giving your power away. You're giving pieces of you away to like falsely live in this like fake world of like not being like completely everything you need to be right now. And don't get hung up on the physical. It's like, there might be things that you want to achieve either physically or like health wise or whatever, but just know like right now you're perfect. Your energy is perfect. You're completely loved and accepted by the Creator. All is well, and you can relax into that. And just, you don't have to be like on alert. You don't have to be spending your day self-criticizing. Like the Boji stones are here to remind you that you are already balanced. You're already whole and complete. Like you don't need to search the world over for this, that, or the other thing. There's something beautiful and magic just about your presence, like that you even exist is like mind-blowing, So appreciate that. And, if you need crystals who have these particular consciousness that help support, this or that manifestation or idea, whether you have access to having these stones or just look at a picture of it or just think of this crystal, still the energy will like support you and stuff, because like, like a diamond or like these, they aren't just like random blobs of like sand and algae and like they created this alignment of these minerals over a very long time because they had this consciousness to do so. It's like an idea that was like resonant, that attracted and repelled, you know? Similarly, you can decide to become like a version of yourself that has a certain energy if you decide to like tune in to, you know, whatever frequency you want. You have a choice. You're not just like a victim of life. Like you have a choice at any point. You can put your consciousness, like your consciousness is always free, you know, and it's just as like, and it's like a microcosm of the creator's consciousness. So really appreciate that and like really understand that you have some say in like how your life manifests. Okay, so like there was this like heavy kind of sleepy energy coming over me when I was saying that. Okay. Then we have I look for positive aspects in every experience. Within every particle of the universe is that which is wanted and the lack of it. By looking for the positive aspects of whatever you're giving your attention to, you maintain your connection to well-being. Okay, well, I don't know, like, I really like Abraham Hicks, like, but like, I find these cards, the way they're worded, really like throws me off. I don't know why. There's like a lot of concepts in one card that I don't know, just like little curveballs each card. I don't know. Anyway. All right. So within every particle of the universe is that which is wanted, and the lack of it. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so there's the possibility that we can. I'm just gonna put this deck aside because it's like kind of driving me nuts. So we have a choice. We have a choice where we put our attention to, and because our mind is so amazing, we can like choose to focus on the negative or the positive. Generally speaking, like in my own life, when I focus on the positive, things work out better. If you're a young person and you haven't learned that over repetitive experiences, I can tell you that thinking positively leads to more fun in general. And so it's just better. It's just better to like support and love yourself and like know that like tomorrow's another day. Like even if something kind of sucky happens in a day, it doesn't take up all 24 hours of that day usually. Like, you know, like a court appearance might be like 1 hour of your day. And then the rest is like walking in the sunlight and, you know, listening to a song on your headphones or something. Like it doesn't take up all your time. So be sure to put your energy and your focus to what you actually want to live, the dreams that like pop into your head that you actually like and approve of. It's like, you know, it's like political ads. It's like, I approve this message. Sorry. I have a bad habit of laughing at my own jokes, but whatever. Be like that. Like if you get like a nice feeling about something or something in your imagination, just be like, I approve this message. And then you can like not approve other messages and just leave them be. To just be that vibe that they are, just floating around, you know. It's you know, you have to be like a fancy restaurant. Like think of yourself like like a really fancy, expensive, beautiful restaurant with like perfect food and like perfect waiters and stuff, and like just be like, to ideas that come in, just be like, do you have a reservation? are you welcome in my fancy restaurant? Like, you have to be kind of be a snob when it comes to thoughts that you allow to hang out in your mental restaurant, because it affects your life. You can't just have like random stuff going on. You can't have like people come into your restaurant and have like a domestic dispute or be rude to your cashier or whatever. Here, let's keep on trucking here. Then we have, okay, this is about romance stuff. So we have the feeling left out, but that's just an illusion. Like when you feel left out, you're ignoring your divine connection and all that's possible. You're going like, oh, okay, like because I'm not receiving this second, I'm gonna stop being grateful and like shining this like golden light that attracts good situations. You might feel like you can't have like the love that you want because like society says like, or you think society or your parents or whatever are saying like no, but maybe like if they saw how full of like, if they saw how happy you were because you decided to like embrace what you truly love, what you're truly passionate about, then their rules would kind of seem like stupid, right? Because if they love you, they want to see you fulfilled and happy. It doesn't make their day to be like parents or community, like they like to give rules because they think they're helping you, because like maybe in their day, like this is how people achieve some kind of peace in life. But things are really rapidly changing right now. Like people around the world can communicate, like they're right there. Like, it's like mind blowing, really. Like, I grew up in the 70s and 80s and like there was nothing like that. So, like it's different. So this kind of vibe of like, these are the rules, like people have to realize like things are changing and they shouldn't like force you to feel like left out of like what is truly like lighting you up. So maybe just put your heart and mind to like what is truly important to you, what makes you feel warm and loved and passionate, supported, easy, And then these people can still have their rules and stuff, but they're gonna learn, that perhaps the rigid thinking of like years past like aren't really helpful right now. It's good that you like being solid and that community and family like matter to you and stuff. But in the end, it's like you want everyone to be like content and at peace, So I also feel like this card feels a bit gossipy. Like these guys are saying like, hey, this is going on, or what do you think about this? And, and it's making you feel kind of like left out from what you really love because like these people are kind of gossipy. But like, when have people not been gossipy? And like, is it supposed to ruin our lives? No. Like everybody has their own kind of filters they see the world through based on the accumulation of their experiences or traumas or whatever. So like some parents are like, go out and play, and they'll just trust that their kids will be fine. And then there's some people who are like sweating bullets like 2 feet away from their kids all day, going like, careful. Like, like one time I was in New York City in Central Park, and this mom was walking around the garden with her daughter, and the daughter was like, oh, this, it was springtime. And the girl was like looking at these pretty like blue or purple flowers. And the girl was like touching the flowers, and the mom freaked out, and she's like, don't touch those. Rats have been like running around here. And I was like, oh my God, what? Like, what? It's like she was like another level. So don't let people with their crazy rules or fears stop you, like shut you out and make you feel like you're walking in the cold snow on crutches. Don't give away your power of your dreams. Like, that's your special gift that you have that makes you like a walking treasure chest. And you don't have to be like, okay, I guess I'm not allowed to have my dreams. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. All right. We have the Empress. Okay, she's looking through a glass. I'm gonna look through a glass too. Okay. You can ask a question you're wondering. Okay, I'll answer that after I look at this card. Like, when I look at this card, I just see her contentment, and she doesn't like need this dragonfly to be anything other than what it is. And she's just looking at it. She's not letting like the spider or the beetle like bother her. Just at peace, like in her own kind of energy. It doesn't bother her that there's a fly on her. Because like no matter what other people try to like stick to her or like say about her or anything, she just knows inside like she's a queen. So I really want you, I have like way too many accessories on. I can't see one. She like, she can't be, her inner peace can't be disturbed because like she loves herself. Like, I'm not saying like you have to look like this person. It's like how you feel. This is a feeling. It's a feeling. I'm feeling calm and just accepted, and like I accept myself. Like in any situation that might seem even like unglamorous, or like even like people are like getting all up in my space or criticizing me or whatever, gossiping, it doesn't affect me at all, because like you're in the Empress energy and you're just sort of noticing life around you. So there is this, like what I was saying in the first card, like getting into this self-love and appreciation where it's like, I was born perfect, and from this perfection, I live my life. Other stuff goes on. Other people might say this or that thing because they're in a state of fear or neediness or whatever it might be. And that's not going to like shake me up, it's not going to stop me from being this energy. And it's nice, like if the Empress is showing up, it means like your energy is strong, like you are capable of this. So it's just a reminder, because like in this situation where we're letting gossip or old rules like make us feel shut out from what we truly love, the way around that is to like really start with yourself and like really get into this feeling of like, even if I'm just wearing like sweatpants and a dirty t-shirt and my hair is messy, inside my vibe is like this, like queen, like, Empress energy. where it's like you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You're just noticing life with some like curiosity that can't shake you, you know. Okay. Okay. I don't know if Yvonne is still watching, but she took her message away. But she wanted to know like about how she's gonna do academically. I'll just like think about that for a second. But it could be that she clicked off. Maybe she did because I'm just seeing one person watching. So if you want, Yvonne, if you want me to answer that question, if you're still watching, like tell me that you're still there because I don't want to like answer something that you're not getting the answer about. All right. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Eight of Cups. So like leaving a situation that like you tried your best, you really put everything into it and you're just like, okay, like, you know, and now it's time for a change. It's like you really put in all your effort towards creating something, putting all your heart into it. Maybe like, you know, dating people, trying your best in love. And now you're just like, okay, I'm not going to live in this manner anymore. The universe has called a change, whether like you had some kind of person come into your life and announce that change, like something announces this change. It's not just, it's not subtle. It's like either you had to change your job or something, like something happened or someone came into your life to sort of announce this change, like the universe has your life by the balls and it's like things are gonna move now, like, so whatever you thought you had worked on and established is getting like a refresh, and it's not a negative thing. It's just like it was time to move forward. Like you have to see that you made a huge achievement by getting this far. You know, the cups after the 8 is the 9 of cups, and it's like total personal satisfaction, but you don't have love, you know what I mean? So the universe is kind of like, remember that love thing, that like self-love and glowing up kind of thing that you should be doing. It's time to like get on that. And I feel like some actual event or person came in to like announce this change. And yeah, like the universe has brought in like this notion of like a brand new love. It's heaven sent. It's not like a cup on the ground. It's like the hand of spirit showing you this overflowing cup of love. And it's like, check it out. Like this interrupted your daily life in some way, where it's like spirit's like, how about this? You know, and it might be not something that you expected or in the person or situation that you might have expected. It doesn't have to be like a romance. It could just be like a very fulfilling situation. And when spirit shows you something, it's kind of a good idea to like at least check it out, because like if you go down some other road, you could be in this situation where you have regrets about not pursuing it and just focusing on the past. So, you know, these two cards came together and it's like, are you going to live an inspired life and leave the judgment to source energy? Or are you going to do same old and just be like hemming and hawing over things that didn't work out, or like, oh, things are always going to be like this? It's like, dude, there's this new opportunity for love, like right here. It might not be in a place that you expected. I feel like there's some physical distance between you and this person. And I mean, you know, most people have some kind of access to the internet, so it's possible to like start that discussion or whatever. This figure, the sort of masculine energy, needs to turn around and acknowledge and like dialogue with these cups, with this new love opportunity, that because like he can't get to this like castle on the hill by walking forward like into this river of emotion past these things that like happened that were sad and discouraging, like these failures. The only way to get, it might seem like the long road or like the unusual path, to turn around walking basically what feels like away from this dream life, to turn around, see this new opportunity, then take this bridge, the safe way to get to this like castle on the hill. And like you're doing that because like spirit has nudged you to go ahead and like wake up and be like, hey, there's this situation here. And we just have 3 more cards left. Okay, maybe it's this jacket. It's like, I'm gonna try it without the jacket. I'm like, there's too many details. I'm like a Virgo with Libra rising, so I'm like over analytical and into like aesthetics and stuff. So I'm like violating my own aesthetic principles right now. Okay. All right, so we have these 3 more cards. The 8 of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. All right, I'm just gonna see what I get from these. Okay. I mean, I feel like in this case, like the masculine energy has some options. And there's like the kind of feminine energy that likes to run around and like seduce. And, you know, sure, it's fun to have attention of that sort, but it's really not like genuine. It's not really like long lasting. It's more like this, it's more of a narcissistic energy from this feminine who just enjoys conquering and enjoys like getting a free dinner or like being looked at like while on a date with someone by other people. Like that kind of, I get that kind of vibe from this person. So there's this person maybe in their life, and like obviously the masculine is going to learn some lessons through that. And then we have the Queen of Chalices. So there's someone who like is kind of like a gold digger. I feel like, who just loves being nurtured and doesn't give back. Like they think that their beauty and their willpower is sufficient to, like, she feels that like, and I say she, it could be any gender, but like the feminine energy of someone feels like they don't have to do shit like to earn, like to give back. So there's these 2 sort of unsatisfying situations I feel like the masculine is learning in the trenches, like learning some hard lessons with right now. And it's like, you know, it's like, it's not the end of the world if someone that you care about is dating other people because they're in like the life gym, lifting weights and getting like ready for you, you know. It's like, go nuts, learn your lessons on somebody else's watch. I'm here having fun, like glowing up, you know, in my zone, you know. and you're dealing with these like sort of characters. Maybe even one of them's like an actress, like an actual like well-known person who does acting. I don't know. Just I'm picking up on someone's story. And somebody else maybe grew up maybe a bit rich or something, or just feeling provided for at whatever level. And yeah, just not inclined to be humble or grateful. So I'm saying. And a type of gratitude that would cause you to like make efforts and stuff. Because like beauty, you know, I want to say like beauty doesn't last forever, but I've seen I've seen it happen where like you see pictures of someone like when they're like 45 and they don't look good at all, right? But then when they're 75, like they look amazing. Like what? So I think it's possible to change up your vibe like at any point in your life. You know, definitely like when I look back at my old photos, I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? Like, why did I buy that shirt? Or like, why did I have my hair like that? Like, I don't know, it's just anyway. So beauty can like come at a later date, but it can also like disappear from someone who's young and like kind of thinking they're all that. You know, I think it depends on your personality and how much you're glowing up, and like that glow can like have a spa effect on you. So you know what I mean? Like I think we can all think of somebody we know of that has experienced a glow up, and you're just like, whoa, you know, nothing to do with plastic surgery or some kind of intervention like that, like just on an energy level glow up, you know. So like the masculine has their hands full dealing with like these people who are like want to seduce them or think they're all that or what, you know. Maybe their direct messages are, you know, on fire. That's like that's a lot of homework, it seems like, dealing with high maintenance, insincere, grasping, feminine energies. And then we have the eight of glasses. What is this? The Eight of Pentacles. All right. So in this card, hi Omega. Okay, I can answer your question after this card. Just let me think about it for a second. Yeah, it's just like there. It feels like communication's at a standstill. It's like the feminine's ready. He's kind of ready, but he's not really lifting this rose up to like, here it is. It's like I have a rose. Like I could be romantic, but I'm not even looking at her. I'm not even offering this rose. I just sort of have it, and it's like this standoff. You know, it's like a Western film where there's just two people at either end of Main Street staring each other down. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Like, this could happen. Like, here we are. Let's go. But like, someone needs to make a move, and if it looks like it's on the masculine to do it, because he has the rose. It's like, I'll offer it to the right person. Okay. So that was the romantic reading. I hope you liked it. I'll just answer this question from Omega T. Okay. Tell me, will Tolgane have a relationship in 4 months? Okay. I mean, the answer I get is no. Okay. Let me think of this. I mean, I'm curious, do you want to know because you want to be with them? Like, or are you just curious about somebody else, how they're living? Like, it'd be cool to have more clarification, but I'll just think about it for another second and tell you my second thought on that. I feel like this person Tolgane is like very much into their stability and career, and that's really more important. And they're not like putting that much thought into relationship stuff because like, okay, good. They're, I think if you're a really stable person and you are who you are and you continue being like a stable friend for them, you'll stand out because like other people fluctuate with their moods and like, why won't you give me more attention? You know, like unconditional love is like, I like you no matter what you decide to become. You don't have to say this to them. Maybe don't say this to them, but in your own mind, just be like, I like this person for whatever reason. I want them to be happy in their own way. I want me to be happy in my own way. The ideal partnership is where I'm just being me and someone is drawn to that. So it's like in these first cards I had, like where you decide to like stop dreaming and start glowing up yourself so that you're the sun in life, you know, so that people want to like sunbathe in your awesome glow up. And I don't mean change anything about yourself, just be an embodiment of your dreams and your passions and stuff that you already have. Like you're already perfectly made and complete. And feeling incomplete is a total lie. It's like a lack of faith. And it's like a total sidetrack. It's like leaving a path to a beautiful beach and just deciding to like walk on this gravel area behind the sand dune instead of enjoying the beach. So it's like stay on track with like what you truly want and like go to the beach, you know, and instead of getting caught up in like fears and like, oh, maybe I don't belong at the beach because I'm not perfect yet. It's like, no, you're perfect. Like, wait, sorry, just a second. Oh, you're talking your questions about yourself. Okay, I guess that's where the T comes from in omega T. Yeah, so focus on, it seems like you want to focus on your stability, which is a great idea. And people will show you who they are. Like sometimes it takes like a week or more just to see people's cycle of moods and stuff to like, because some people are like come on strong, like, oh my god, you're so great, like I see us having kids, and then when you don't give them like the exact attention that they want, this other side of them comes out. It's totally not cool, and it's like, I'm so glad I waited to see, you know, sometimes it's almost good to like frustrate people so you can see how they react. Like one really good relationship advice is like, if you think you might want to marry someone, go on like a really difficult camping trip with them. See how they deal with, you know, random uncomfortable situations. Because like marriage is a random uncomfortable situation that you either choose to make fun or you choose to make it like a freaking nightmare, right? So you got to work with someone that is trustworthy and kind and who has like their overall focus is like, I want to make this pleasant. So at every random situation that comes up, it's like, how am I going to make this more pleasant, you know, for us? So you want to work with someone or marry someone or whatever that has that attitude of like, I can, you know, it's like if you only have like 3 items of food in your pantry and it's like, instead of going like, we don't have anything, it's like, what can I make out of this, you know, that's wonderful You really have to have that attitude. So I feel like in order for you to feel happy, you're more drawn to authentic people who are solid and who can complement the solid life that you're trying to achieve and build and stuff like that. So I enjoyed spending time with you guys. I'm just gonna send you all like some positive energy because I feel some need for that. So I'll just do that right now. Yeah, so I feel like the thing that was blocking people from feeling good was just that awareness of, like I was asking Jesus to help with this healing, and I was shown that like people are just blind to their already existing like wholeness and perfection. So maybe just start your day from that point. Like I'm whole and I'm perfect. What would I like to do with my day today? Kind of thing. Instead of like going around going, what am I missing? You know. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you for tuning in. If you subscribe, you're helping me out a lot. And take care. I hope you have a great day.